Hi! Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm doing something a bit different. I decided that I found this tier list of all the Dream SMP characters, and I decided that I was going to make a ranking of all my favorite characters, just to sort of, because I thought it would be fun. Before I get started, I just would like to say that this is the characters. This does not have anything to do with the streamers I like, besides maybe some slight implicit bias based on, like, enjoying someone's character more because I like the streamer. But, like, if I put a streamer you really like, if I put a streamer's character in, like, the bottom tier, you really like the streamer, it has nothing to do with that. Also, this is my personal opinion. Please don't attack me. And this has nothing to do with morality. I do not want any apologists to discourse in the comments if I put a character you deem to be morally reprehensible in a top tier, because that's not what I'm going by. So yeah, let's look at the tiers. So the first tier, I guess I am a bit biased, but the first tier is Wilbur Soot tier, because Wilbur Soot's character, because every single character Wilbur Soot plays is automatically, I just like them more. I don't know, I think this is getting into, like, the video a bit, like, before I actually start, but I just like them. I just like Ghost Fur and character Wilbur better than any other character ever, and I've always liked them better. So he gets his own tier. This is like, yeah. So I guess I am biased, but I don't care. This is my tier, I can do whatever I want. Then we've got My Beloved, I Am Holding You Gently. And that's just like, the highest tier for anyone who is not a Wilbur Soot character. And then I Like You a Lot, what it says. Just like, you're pretty good, I really enjoy you. Not like my absolute favorite though. Then You're Alright, which is just kind of like, I don't really know much about you, but you seem pretty cool. I don't have any problems with you. Then, Yes, Give Me Nothing. This is for all the characters who don't really have lore, or I've just not seen anything particularly interesting or exciting from. Then, Not a Fan, for all the characters I'm, like, either don't really like or have mixed feelings on, just, like, not really don't really get the appeal much. And then, Fuck You in particular, the characters I really, really don't like, and the ones that, like, that I would probably, if I were to ever meet them in real life, would probably, like stab with a knife or something, I don't know, something like that. Alright, let's begin. Okay, first we've got Sapnap. He's alright. He's like a arsonist, that's, like, pretty cool. I don't really care much about his character, though. He's pretty good, though, so we will put him in You Are Alright. Alright, Tommy. There's a lot of opinions on this guy. Well, I guess he's, like, one of the main characters, so naturally there would be. I enjoy him. He's not, like, my favorite. I don't, like, think about him all the time, but I like him more than a lot of other characters. He goes in I Like You a Lot. Okay. This is going to be we're on to Connor now, and this is going to be a very controversial opinion. So get ready. Okay, before you say anything, I just want to say, this is probably a bit of my bias, because Connor, the streamer, is, like, one of my favorite streamers. But I just want to say that Connor does have lore. He does have lore, if you actually pay attention to him. And I personally find the lore fascinating. And I know that, like, the lore is mostly made up by his community, because he, like, was just scrolling on Twitter one day and saw that, like, all the people in the Connor Eats Pants Twitter community had, like, made up all this, like, fan theories about him being, like, a time traveler and a necromancer and stuff, and he was just like, fuck it, it's canon now. But, like, I thought it was gonna be a joke, but then he actually, like, continued to go with it, and I just think that's cool. And I just like the implications, and I really enjoy, like, this sort of small amount of character work he has done, and I'm excited to see what he does in the future. Like, in the stream where Tommy escaped prison, like, there was all these people talking about, like, oh, like, I'm excited for, like, what's gonna happen with Tommy, and I was just, like, off in my little corner of the internet being like, Connor lore real, oh my god, Connor. So yeah, I don't know. He is my beloved. Okay. I made a tier for him, so he's going in his tier. Ghost for he's not my favorite iteration of Wilbur, but he is one of my favorite characters. I love him a lot. He is very wonderful, and I'm glad that he has appeared recently because I missed him so much. And even though I would like nothing more than Aliveber to come back, I will definitely miss Ghostfur because I adore him. He is a very wonderful character, and he is also very sad, and I think he should get therapy. Alright, Eret. I love Eret's character. He is very interesting to me, and I really hope that he'll get worked back into the plot a bit more, because he hasn't been particularly relevant since, like, well, like, he did, like, the betrayal thing, and then there was a bit of, like, fallout from the betrayal, and then then there was, like, the kingship stuff, and, like, how he got dethroned, and all of that had very interesting implications, but it never really got expanded on in, like, a particularly interesting way, and then, like, and then Eret took a break for a while, so in general, like, there's a lot of, like, sort of unused potential, but I do really enjoy what we have right now, so he goes in that tier. Alright, Callahan. Callahan seems like a cool dude, but he's not really in the lore. Okay. Carl. I've got mixed feelings about Carl, because I really, really like the Tales from the SMP stuff, and I think that's very interesting, and it's some of my favorite lore, so that would put Carl in either my beloved tier or I like you a lot tier, but I don't like the Kanoko Kingdom stuff. I just don't feel like it's particularly relevant or necessary, but that's, like, become an irrelevant part of his lore, and I just don't really enjoy that. So if the Kanoko Kingdom did not exist, then he would probably be in my beloved tier, but it does exist, and that marks him down a little bit for me, so he goes in I like you tier. Quackity. Okay. Quackity goes in my beloved tier. He's just fascinating to me. Like, everything about him, he's so, like, complex, and there's so much happening with him. And just, like, his relationship with Schlatt, and, like, his initial, like, want to become the president, and then, like, all the Butcher Army stuff, like, oh my god. You can tell that Quackity, the streamer, has put a lot of effort into keeping his character consistent and, like, sort of, you know what I mean. And he keeps hinting at new Quackity lore that's, like, very relevant and important, and, like, even to the point where, when Eret was making their museum with the server history, and, like, they had, like, a map of all, like, the relevant places, they had to cover up a part of the map because it had secret Quackity lore we don't know about yet, and that's just, like, that just makes me really excited for the future. I can't wait to see when we finally get the Quackity lore stream we have been waiting for months. So yeah. Okay, awesome dude. Or Sam or whatever. I really like Sam, and I think his character is interesting, but I don't think, like, so I think I'd probably put him here because I like him and I think he's interesting, but I don't think I've watched enough of his streams to really, like, get a hold on his character 100%, but, like, I think I'd put him higher than alright tier. Ranbu. He goes there. Well, I think I'm legally obligated to put Ranbu in my beloved tier purely because of Ranbu, my beloved, but also he's done such a good job at creating an interesting and consistent character, and his acting is like so good, and Ranbu, there's just like so much happening with Ranbu, and it's all like completely like fascinating, and like he's just like such a cool character. Like every like detail seems like so perfectly thought out, and I'm really excited when we finally hear about his backstory and like how he could possibly relate to like the end being locked and no one knowing about it, and like his other half and stuff, and what happened to his family and the memory loss, and just like he's so complex. Okay, Honk. I feel like I feel bad about this, but I just haven't, since there's so many people, Ponk is one of those people where I haven't really had a chance to, like, watch his streams that much, and I feel bad about it, and he's, like, on my list of people I need to check out, but I haven't watched enough of him to really get, like, fully, you know, like, figure out what his deal is. I know he's, like, with the egg pyre, and there was the whole thing with Sam, but I don't, like, know enough about it to really have much of a read on him. Okay, puns. Prior to, like, maybe a month ago, I probably would have put puns in You're Alright tier, but I think I'm gonna put him higher, because I have a friend, I don't know if they're gonna watch this, but if you're watching this, shout out to you, Beat. Because they talk about puns a lot, and like his character, and they have a lot of very interesting like thoughts about him, and over like the past like month maybe, they've converted me into being a puns fan. And I like his character, I think he's cool. And I hope that he'll, like, do a bit more lore. Because, like, I know he's, like, in the egg pyre and stuff, but, I guess what I mean, like, sort of personal character motivation. Because right now, his only motivation is, like, money and, like, sort of following other people. And we don't really get I guess what I mean is we don't really get, like, a lot of introspection from puns. And that's probably because the streamer, he only, like, recently sort of started doing, like the proper roleplay stuff besides, like, oh, I'm a mercenary, I'm gonna kill people for money. Yeah. If you know more about puns than that, I'm still sort of new to his character, so maybe I have a bad read on him, but that's sort of what I've gotten from, like, watching some of the stuff and, like, reading the wiki a bit, so, yeah, it goes there. Okay. If you have ever spoken to me before, or have, like, ever, like, gone on my Tumblr blog, you will know this, but character Wilbur's Aliveburr is not only my favorite Dream SMP character, but he has been my favorite Dream SMP character for the entirety of the Dream SMP, and he is quite possibly one of my favorite characters in media, period. He is so interesting and complex, and despite him having lived rent-free in my brain for almost 6 months, I still feel like I don't have a concise, like, sort of understanding of his character, because he's been written with so much love and care, and there's so much, like, complex character work done with him. And I've been wanting to, like, make a video about him, because I just find him so, like, I feel like I've said fascinating so much in this video, but I just find him so interesting. There's, like, so much to, like, dig into with him. But, yeah, yeah, he's just so cool. I've, like, made friends, like, based on how cool I think this guy is. Me and one of my very good friends, once again, I don't know if they'll be watching this, but if you are watching this, hi Duke. We became friends, like, because we were both obsessed with this man. So yeah, he's up there. He deserves it. Okay, Jack Manifold. Jack Manifold is my beloved tier. I really like Jack Manifold. I'm sure you know this, considering I made that animatic specifically about him, but I am on the Jack Manifold grind. I love him very dearly. His character is so cool. Just everything associated with him. Just, like, all the imagery, and, like, the sort of, like, narrative about how, like, people can hurt you without, like, intending to, and then there's, like, this sort of weird dynamic where you feel, like, hurt by them, but they don't really know what happened, and then you've got this sort of, like, resentment. It's just so interesting. And, like, this sort of, his, like, friendship with, Nikki, and how, like, they were both sort of, they, like, bonded over their, like, mutual, like, hate, but then, like, that, like, sort of just worsened their feelings. It's just fascinating. Oh my god, I just said fascinating again. But you know what I mean. He's just really cool. Alright. Okay. I think that his character is very interesting and well written, but if I ever saw this character in real life, I would rip his throat out with my bare hands, because he makes me so unbelievably angry. I do find him interesting, though. He's a cool character, I just hate him. But if you like him, more power to you. Fundy! Oh. Fundy. Oh my god, Fundy. Jesus Christ. Fundy's character is just, like... I just like Aerith. I hope that one day, we'll get more Fundy lore, and we'll be able to, like, and we'll be able to get a resolution. Maybe when, like, specifically, like, I guess when, Eliafer eventually gets resurrected, because there's just so much there, and he really needs a resolution, I feel like, because he's just such a tragic figure, and, like, cause he's just been, like, ignored and shoved to the side and, like, treated bad by, like, so many people around him, and he just deserves it. Character Fundy is one of those characters that I've been meaning to make an animatic for, like, months and months and months. Like, probably since, maybe November, I've been thinking about making an animatic for him, and I don't know, this isn't a promise that I will eventually make him one, but I have some ideas in mind, because there's just, like, so much to dig into with him. And, Streamer Fundy has said that he is feeling like he doesn't want to do as much lore anymore, unless, like, it's required, because he's more interested in other projects right now, but I hope that eventually one day we'll get a resolution to his character, because I think if we didn't, that would just be, like, especially, like, sad, because I want him to be happy. He's had a really tough time. Okay, Puffy. I like Puffy's character a lot, and I think she's really cool and interesting, but I don't think I've, like... And, like, I've watched some of her streams, but I'm not really caught up with her lore to, like, have a sort of idea of her that's, like, I guess to, like, know all the lore and, like, have a super strong opinion on her. But I really enjoy what I've seen. And I really like how her, dynamic with Nikki is, like, they started out together, but then they sort of drifted off in, like, paths of, like her to, like, becoming a knight and sort of being this beacon of light and, like, hope, and then Nikki sort of like, falling down, like, this pit of, like, darkness and, like, negativity. And we never really got, like, a resolution to that, and I hope we do, because I find it fascinating. And, like, Puffy on her own, like, outside of, like, other people, is just really cool. And I really need to watch that stream she did about, like being a pirate and like her backstory, because I never ended up doing that, and I think I really would like that, because she's cool. So she goes in I like you a lot tier. Nikki, oh my god. I've touched on Nikki a bit already, but I find Nikki's character is one of the best on the Dream SMP period, I think. And her acting is amazing, and her character is so well thought out and so cool. And I'm glad that now that she's like in the syndicate, she's gonna have a chance to like heal a bit, because she's been through so much, but like Jack and like Fundy, she's just been ignored like time and time again, and she's just like not really been able to have that sort of healing or resolution of any kind. So yeah, she's in my beloved tier. Skeppy. I know Skeppy's like... Is Skeppy in the lore? I need to catch up with the egg pyre stuff, because I don't really like know enough about that to like have much of an opinion on it. I mean, like, I've got some of an opinion, because I've like watched a little bit of it, but I need to watch more. And Skeppy hasn't really been involved recently, because he just doesn't go on the SMP that much anymore. But he seems pretty cool. I think that I wasn't really watching the egg pyre stuff at the time, but all that like red Skeppy and diseased Skeppy stuff is cool, and I like the sort of weird soulmate bond he and Bad have. I think it's very interesting. And I don't really know if he's like done any lore, but I feel like if he has, or if he eventually will, it could be pretty cool. So he'll go here. Tubbo. Tubbo's cool. I like Tubbo. I don't have like... I feel like I don't have like intensely like strong feelings about Tubbo's character, but I enjoy him. He's pretty good. I like how he has like this sort of thing of due to all this like responsibility and like power pushed onto him at a young age, he like whenever like bad things happen, he doesn't really let himself process it, because he's had to like throughout his time as like Schlatt's right-hand man and like as president, he had to just sort of bury all his feelings down to like for like the betterment of the people he was in charge of. So now even now that like he's just like in Snowchester and he can just like hang out and be a kid and like just like hang out with like the people he cares about, and like could like let himself process his like trauma and his grief. Like when Tommy died, he still didn't let himself do that, and he instead just sort of buried his feelings and was like trying to find the reason why like Tommy was gone, but not even really like letting himself admit like that Tommy was gone, because he was just, you know, he's very interesting, but not my beloved tier. He goes in I like you a lot tier. As much as I love Charlie, he's done nothing. Charlie Slimesicle, the guy, my beloved, but character Charlie Slimesicle isn't really a thing, so yeah. Hannah, I love the lore that Hannah's had. Hannah's lore is so cool. Like, I don't think that many, like, a ton of people have been keeping up with her lore, because she, like, just started, but it's, like, super cool. And I just love it. And, I don't think I've really mentioned this on here before, but I'm a really big fan of, like the Bed Wars, all, like, the main Bed Wars creators, and, like, the tired Twitter, like, people, you know? Like, Hannah and Purpled and Gamerboy80 and Estelic and all those people. So when, Purpled and Hannah finally started doing lore on the Dream SMP, I just went buck wild, because I was like, oh my god, finally, I've been waiting for this. And that's once again, like, the bias, like, the streamer bias coming in, but, like, I don't even care. I don't care, because I like them. And Hannah has like genuinely done a really good job in creating a character, despite not having been on the SMP for particularly long. So she'll go in I like you a lot tier. H-Bomb. I really like H-Bomb and like the sort of minimal amount of character he's got. Like I like his friendship with Nikki and how that sort of played into that, and him just sort of like trying to help Nikki. That's nice. But he hasn't really, I feel like, done enough. Cause like he's done some, but he hasn't like done a whole lot for like me to put him in a higher tier. So he can go in you're alright tier. Foolish. I don't think I've watched a single Foolish stream, and I know like nothing about him. But he seems pretty cool. I like him. I just don't know anything about him. I'd like to learn though. So he goes in you're alright tier. Okay, I know I should put George in yes, give me nothing tier, but at the same time, just something about him pisses me off. Not content creator George. Content creator George is fine. Just like the character, because like he's not important. And that's the point. He just like sleeps through everything, and he never shows up for anything, and that's the point. That's all he does. It's just like. I guess this is just sort of like me being a little bit petty, but it's like everyone treats him like there's like some secret importance he has. This is just me being really hypocritical because I'm one of those fuckers who's like, oh my god, Connor is the main character of the SMP. I'm going to ignore all the lore that's like super important right now for like the minimal amount of like Connor lore I get. So I guess I'm being hypocritical right now. It's just that I think, like, because everyone on Twitter is, like, so obsessed with George, well, that's fine, you're allowed to be obsessed with George, I don't care. But, like, they've just sort of, like, I don't know, this is just making me come off as a little bit of an asshole. I don't want to be an asshole. I just don't like character George. I don't know why I had to, like, go on that weird sort of rant justifying, because I'm allowed to not like him. I just felt like I had to justify it in some way because, like, he's done nothing, so why am I, like, hating on him? He just makes me annoyed. I don't know why. I can't really explain it, besides me being a little bit petty because I'm tired of people talking about him. I do like the mushroom motif, though. That's cute. I like that if you're drawing George with, like, cute little mushroom hats, then more power to you. I love that shit. Keep doing that. Just, like, I don't know. Vicstar, you've done nothing. You're a cool guy, but you've done nothing. Okay, for, like, this list, there's, like, an insane amount of people on it, including, like, every single guest, and every single, like, extra character, and all the Tales from the SMP characters. And I'm not doing guests, because they'd all go in yes, give me nothing. And I'm not doing Tales from the SMP characters, because that would just make this video be, like, an hour long, and I don't want that. But I think I'll do, like, since I did do Ghostiver, I think I will do, Sam Nook, Dream XD, and Mexican Dream. So Dream XD, I think Dream XD is really cool, a really cool concept. I love all the, like, art people have done of Dream XD. So Dream XD can go in I like you a lot tier. Alyssa. I have never watched a single video or stream with Alyssa in it. As far as I'm aware, she does not exist. But I know she does exist. So, yeah. Purpled, oh my god. Purpled. Oh, I want to put Purpled in my beloved tier, but also at the same time, he's only done lore, like, once? But I guess if I'm putting Connor in my beloved, I'm allowed to put Purpled in my beloved. Because I just love, like, Purpled. I love, like, the Purpled, like, the minimal amount of Purpled lore we have. I mean, like, I made an... You can see my attachment to these, like, little, like, these side characters that barely have any, like, barely any lore, considering I've made an animatic for Purpled and I've made an animatic for Connor. I'm biased. I like the dumb little side characters. But I just think that Purple has a lot of character potential, and I'm really excited to when he starts streaming on the Dream SMP again and he like starts hunting down Puffy, because I think that's, I like that mercenary stuff. It's just like so cool. Yeah, so he goes there. Bad Boy Halo. I like I said, I have not been really keeping, I've been like watching some of like the slightly more recent stuff, and I plan on watching it more once I've got more time, but I have not really been like watching like Eggpire stuff, so I don't really have a full grasp on Bad Boy Halo's character, but I think he's pretty cool. I've enjoyed the small amount I've seen. So he can go in, I feel like he's higher than You're Alright, but he's like, I like you a lot. Schlatt. I like character Schlatt. Like, in theory, I guess, I like him. I just, like, I just don't really think about him that much. I don't know. I feel like I feel like I like him more. I like him more than George. But I don't, like think about him a ton, but I do enjoy him, like, a bit. He's pretty good. He can go in You're Alright tier. Ant. I don't know if Ant's really, like, done much lore, but I like, the sort of little bit I've seen. I think he's doing well for himself. He can go in You're Alright tier. Phil. Okay, controversial opinion. I like Phil's character more than Technoblade's character. I know, shocking, but I just like I just like him a lot. Like his immortality and like the stuff about like his wings and like the the whole thing about like the letters to like Wilbur and his like relationship with Ghostfur. There's just like so much to dig into. And I've done so many, like, character analysis on him. Because I feel like he's been mischaracterized so often. And I'm not, like, trying to say he's a good person, actually. But, like, I am just trying to say that, like, there's more to him than people, like, go into a lot of the time. He's more than just a bad father. Like, he's got so much happening. I said I wasn't gonna do Tales from the SMP characters, but I am gonna do Ranbog, because he's, like, the most relevant Tales from the SMP character, I think. And he can go in I Like You a Lot tier, because he's a little bitch, but I really enjoyed him. You have done nothing. Okay, alright, I'm gonna do these 3 characters, and then I will be done. But I'm gonna leave Techno for last, because he's controversial. At least if you're on my part of the internet. I don't think he's particularly controversial if you're, like, a YouTube main or a Reddit main. I don't know about Twitter, because I don't go on Twitter a lot, but in my particular portion of the internet, he's controversial. Mexican Dream. Mexican Dream has done nothing wrong, and Mexican Dream is a king. I love you so much. I wish that it's too bad you are dead, but for like the very small amount of time we had you, you were wonderful. Sam Nook. I've not really seen much of Sam Nook, but I've enjoyed what I've seen. You're alright. Okay. Okay, oh my god, I feel like I just don't really know with Techno, because he used to be one of my favorites, but like he's slowly sort of gone down for me a little bit, because like I enjoy him in theory, and I like the sort of stuff associated with him, and I really like watching streams of him, because I'm just a fan of the streamer's personality, but like the actual character, he's just like, my opinion of him flip-flops like regularly. Sometimes I really like him, and sometimes I want to punch him in the face. And I can never really like decide on whether or not I enjoy him. Cause like I do enjoy him, but also like his like hypocrisy and stuff just like annoys me. And I just kind of want to be like, dude, like, do you hear yourself? Like, come on. Come on, dude. Like, Jesus Christ. He's just like one of those guys. Everyone has a character like that, and you're like, I like want to like you, but you're making it so hard. So he's gonna go in You're Alright tier, because like, I like him too much for me to be not a fan, but I don't really like quite feel right saying that like I'm an active enjoyer of him. Alright, that's all the characters. There's like, as you can see, there's like so much else, all like the Tales from the SMP characters, and I just don't feel like doing them because there's so many of them, and like a lot of them just barely have anything going on. I don't remember like half of them, but these are all like the main ones, and yeah, that's my opinion of them. I don't know how many of you are gonna sit through this long ass video, but if you did, I really appreciate it, and let me know in the comments like your thoughts on my opinions, and if you'd like me to do another video like this some other time, like another tier list sort of thing, then that would be really appreciated. Alright, that's it. Goodbye!